I do have some Amazon reviews. I will say that while obviously there's so many Amazon reviews for this movie, literally all of them are people giving it 1 star because it didn't have the bees ending. Or people saying it's not as good as the original, or they like this better than the original, and then either elaborating too much or not at all. And so I just
sounds like a perfect Amazon review section.
I kind of cherry picked a few, so let's get to it. Hey, frickin' here's for the hat trick. We got another all caps review for you. Vanessa writes, "Good movie." Actually, there's a couple letters that are underlined, so it kind of looks like it's written in the style of that SpongeBob meme. But Vanessa writes, "Great movie, wonderful cast of actors, trippy, keeps you on edge. Love the idea of digital library won't ever scratch on or get misplaced." So this is more of a review for digital media as a concept.
I'm watching Twin Peaks right now. And these all caps reviews, I'm just imagining them as David Lynch's character reading them.
Yes,
in that show. Gordon Cole.
Hell yeah,
with the hearing aids.
Wild at Heart now streaming on something. Christine Purd writes, "For Cage fans only." So let's get to the gatekeeping, motherfuckers. "Those of us who are bona fide fans of Mr. Cage will never be disappointed in his performances. He's delightfully quirky, smooth, cool, cagey."
Person is just simply wrong because I am disappointed in Cage a lot.
Yeah.
"Forget about the script, baby. Who needs it? We just love him regardless." And that was probably written by one of us. I don't know.
How many stars was that?
That's a 5-star, baby.
Hell yeah.
But I will, to Ashley's point,
Yes.
I'm very disappointed in Nicolas Cage a lot.
For instance, the entire first round of this bracket, when we went through the low-seeded movies.
I'm just saying, like, you're not a real Nicolas Cage fan unless you are disappointed in him sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or most of the time.
Are there ever any, like, 3-star reviews where people give, like, measured critiques to the film?
Not really.
It's always just 1 or 5.
So there are some in-betweeners, but that's kind of where a lot of the people who are just, like, mad that it got taken off of Prime will review it. So, like, I like this movie, but Amazon has wronged me, and so 3 stars.
Yeah.
Take that, Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, as in all scenarios, the Amazon centrists are just so boring. I have a review from Lamangelo Spank, who writes,
I love his writing.
"Will Hollywood ever wise up? From the movie, plot, location, music, and actors, this movie is toilet paper compared to the original. Get the 1973 show. You will be glad you did. And let Hollywood, foul, lang, and porn are no replacement for well done."
Is the original movie a bidet?
It might have been. Now, well, I do want to say something about... So,
nice.
This user, Lamangelo Spank, calls this movie porn in comparison to the original, which has like
gyrating naked
30
women.
times more nudity.
Like, there's literally a scene where a woman pounds on the door, heavily breathing while like grinding up against the door, completely butt ass naked.
Yeah. So if either of the movies discuss,
I need to see the
check out
original.
this
Is what you're telling me.
Yeah, and that scene lasts like 5+ fucking minutes. Seriously.
It's a long scene, and so if either of those movies are porn, it's certainly the original, but off.
And a man is on the other side of the wall, and he's like I won't spoil the plot, but he's very, very like aware of what's going on, and he's trying not to jack off.
Yes.
Can you repeat that last sentence? It said like, see the original and let Hollywood porn not film.
Okay. The last sentence is very hard to read because towards the end there, following the word Hollywood, every other word either has a comma or a period after it. And so okay, it's they say get the 1973 show. You will be glad you did, and let Hollywood, foul, lang, and porn are no replacement for well done. So it's
and let Hollywood, foul, lang, and porn.
He only dislikes Hollywood porn.
Yes.
yes, regular porn.
Got it.
Great.
Yeah, if it's made in Orange County,
He puts
he's fine
the
with
vintage category on Pornhub.
it. Yeah.
And that's 2 stars, so they didn't hate it too much.
Well, they want to be reasonable.
Yeah.
I have a review from Speedo, who says, terrible. We rented this because my wife and I have liked N. Cage in a number of movies. This was terrible. Should be subtitled, Let's All Go to the Human Sacrifice. Bold observation, Speedo.
I'm sorry. That was like, I thought that was going to be more clever than it was, but that was so fucking stupid. That's actually really funny.
Can you say it all over again?
Yeah.
But say it all over again.
We rented this because my wife and I have liked N. Cage in a number of movies. This was terrible. Should be subtitled, Let's All Go to the Human Sacrifice.
And I'm sorry, you said N. Cage, and I'm like, didn't Nokia make a video game console out of that at one point?
They did.
Sing that to...
Or when you don't have enough time to say Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I like the idea of criticizing a movie by just describing it in one short blurb. I hated Face Off. They should have called it, hey, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta switch bodies over here. Like, okay.
I would have been down for that.
I have a review from Conrad Cook, who writes, spoiler alert. Really, it stretches the meaning of the word spoiler to say there's a plot spoiler following, but with that said, plot spoiler.
Okay.
Watch this movie if you want to see a man tortured and killed for being male. All through the movie, it seems that the matriarchal islanders are evil and have the upper hand. And at the end, you find, surprise, they are evil and do have the upper hand. A snuff film, possibly intended as a masturbatory aid for sufficiently self-loathing males. Conrad.
I myself am a Meninist, so
and to be fair, yeah. Exactly. I am.
I really agree with it.
I'm a beta male, which is why I love this movie.
Yeah.
I'm a beta cuck. So
I really support the message that this reviewer is trying to convey.
Yeah, this movie got to me so much. I went and I transed my gender, and
yeah, Jess saw this movie and was like,
oh,
I can't do this.
Yeah, you're like, I can't do this anymore. Men, they're trash. Can't do it.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. It's hard being a man in this country.
You know the thing, men, they don't get no respect
Brother,
around
tell
here.
me
Let me
about
tell you.
Hell yeah. They're trying to send us off to an island to frickin' find a kid and they burn us. Well, you know what? I deserve maternity leave too.
And you know what? That's the thing.
All right, so Jess, we're gonna cut out their tongues now, right?
Yeah. And then I'll break their legs. And do you have any beef on hand?
What the heck's going on here?
Actually, I do.
Oh, okay.
But I can't use them in that manner.
And you know what I will say too, like in real life, like my bitch ex-wife took my kid and took her to an island, so now I don't get any weekend visits with them anymore. So this movie's really misandrist, okay?
I'm so sorry that happened to you. If we can be serious for a second, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
It's real tragic, man. Real tragic. I had to listen to Stained the entire ride to the divorce court.
I'm on the outside
of the divorce court, and I'm looking. Jess is dying over here.
It's the idea of a guy listening to Stained on his way to divorce court.
That's literally happened.
I'm imagining a guy like 2 inches from his steering wheel, like leaning in, but like crying.
Yeah.
His mascara is running down his face.
Getting divorced would be great because you'd freaking never have to put down the toilet seat again.
Yeah.
Am I right?
There's this podcaster I like, and he made he posted a tweet that said like divorce court parking lot like on like a Spotify playlist, and it's just like stained puddle of mud.
She fucking hates me.
Oh no.
I have one last review. And I'm just before I read this review, I'm just gonna give you a disclaimer that I will be replacing an ableist slur with the word let's say silly. So
Interesting.
Benjamin Kroll writes Feminist Island starring Nicolas Cage. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh no.
We got
Jess
this.
is trying not to die.
We got this. And Benjamin writes, I made the mistake of renting this movie because I was in the mood for an up-to-date horror movie. This was the opposite. I wouldn't even consider this a horror movie. Bizarre, yes, but not scary whatsoever. I did follow the storyline. It wasn't one of those that just confuses you and leaves you completely bewildered. There were some funny parts towards the end, though. Not intentionally, but hilarious regardless. This guy loves Fight Club, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this seems like a person who would like really stan the Babadook.
Until they found out that the Babadook was a trans icon.
Yeah.
This won't spoil it for you. Believe me, if you're going to watch this movie, you've already spoiled it for yourself. But the 2 best parts are at the end when he is being closed in by all the islanders and he has gun drawn, and off to the side...
He can't even contain.
Okay.
Off to the side...
Do you screen these before you read them?
Yeah, I've read it, but not out loud. Off to the side are 2 straight up silly looking bitches.
No.
Who start moving in closer to him, and he aims at them and yells, "Back up! Ha ha, he regulated on them."
So silly looking bitches.
He yells, "Back up! Ha!" He regulated them.
Why can I not stop laughing?
I'm literally crying laughing right now.
Oh, okay. Almost done.
All right. I can't believe it's not over yet.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh god.
Okay.
I promised I would get to this place today, but here the fuck we are.
Another classic part. I was using my computer and had my head down for I'd say about 3 to 5 minutes. So I look up and I see Nicolas Cage wearing a grizzly bear costume with a hole cut out where his face was.
Oh, it's a black bear, actually.
Oh,
yeah, it's
So-
that's yeah.
I thought to myself, I really must have missed something when I wasn't watching for 5 straight minutes. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. But it gets even better because he ran up on
I'm literally.
I'm sorry. This is tough to read.
Okay.
It gets even better because he ran up on this lady and hit her with a cold right hook. That was the best part. That was the best part. He launched a slap-a-ho. Oh my god! He launched a slap-a-hoe marathon up in there. Classic. Oh, God, that was hard to read.
Wait, is there any more?
Wait. Did they actually say slap-a-hoe marathon, or did you make that up?
He said it gets even better because he ran up on this lady and hit her with a cold right hook. Ha ha. That was the best part. He launched a slap-a-hoe marathon up in there. Classic. Okay, I had to poke fun at those 2 points. Had to be done. But in all seriousness, I did not like this movie at all. The idea of
for a second.
The idea of a desolate island with a population living in a completely different fashion, luring in an innocent man to use as a sacrifice to their god seemed pretty cool. Given the right director, this movie, or idea, could have had some great potential. I was shocked/sad at the end, though, because Cage was the main character, you know? I mean, he made it through Con Air alive, but in an island full of old white feminists killed him. And that was the end.
Oh, God.
I was just saying to myself, he's going to break out and unleash hell. But yeah, that didn't happen. I apologize, whereas I would consider this more of a personal rant than a review, but I felt the need to inform whoever it may concern. If you've seen the movie, you probably agree with it all. Thanks for your time.
Okay, so how many stars was that?
1 star.
Get the fuck out of here!
That was the hardest review I've ever had to
That
read.
was okay. So
I was literally dying at the he regulated thing.
Yes, that part killed me.
So Benjamin Kroll, this is a formal invitation to come on the podcast and talk about whatever,
shit.
really.
I don't know.
It needs to be your review correspondent.
Oh my
Call him up every episode.
rocked.
Well, this review was written 11 years ago, so he's probably
He
like
probably
a
died.
Republican senator now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god.
so that's all the reviews.
You know, he
I
is
had.
one of those brave patriots that did try to stop the steal.
Yeah.
It was written by Matt Gates.
Or Ben Sass. Or Josh Hawley, who the hell knows. Jesus, that was wild.
So Wicker Man, 5 stars.
Yeah.